And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to race number 12 of the debut season of the PCSRA Busch Series. Here for the BetMGM 300 at Charlotte. 20 laps of racing coming your way. Tony Lopez on the pole position. Lopez comes into this race 26 in the points, and and alongside of him, Elizabeth Gardner, who's 14th in the points table. Tico Jumiaca in run number 2 comes in this race in the 31st position in the points. Been a struggling season for him. And April Winters in the 25 machine. Winters is now 11th in points after dropping 4 spots from our last race back at Michigan. As you look at the rest of the lineup, we have 2 new drivers that are starting in the top 10. That would be Tula Topola and Taylor Valley. Both of those drivers are making their PCSRA returns, but the PCSRA Busch Series debut. I know it's kind of weird, but hey, that's the name of the game if you ask me. Following the race at Michigan, this is what the points are like, and we have a tie for the points lead between Annika Ricci and M Amirmoez. They both have a 4-point lead over Diego Marquez. Malin Lee is 4th in the standings, tied with S Hsu. Lucas Albon is 11 points back in 6th. K Langeland, 15 back in 7th. Morgan Le Fay, 8th. Landon Ching, 9th. And Drake Robertson is 10th. They are 21 and 23 points separation of the field. Want to make sure nobody has a mechanical problem as far as that is concerned. Let's introduce, there's Taylor Valley, making her debut tonight in the Busch Series, making her PCSRA return for the first time since the K&N Pro Series back in Season 1. And Tula Topola, last time we saw him in a PCSRA sanctioned series was the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. We'll see how he will do here tonight, as I'm going to make sure nobody's got any problems. Looks like so far so good, if you ask me. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. The BetMGM 300's underway as the chase for the Busch Series title begins. We had one caution in last night's Truck Series race, which was also 20 laps of racing. What can we see tonight, and what can we see in the Coke 600 tomorrow night in the Winston Cup race? That will be 40 laps of racing. We're going to have to wait and see. Lopez will lead that first lap there. Want to make sure everybody crossed the line, and they did. Q. There's Jumiaca coming in the inside. Luna Farmer comes this race in that critical 25th position in the points table. So far, the drivers that are outside the top 25 in points that have a victory are Darby King, 29th in the points table. She has a total of 15 points back at 25th in the standings. Leela Bakai comes into this race a total of 37 points back of 25th in the standings. So both of them need a good run here tonight if they want to have their win count for a spot into the playoffs. And with a 40-car field, this could make things even more interesting. Of course, we will have a 40-car field for the rest of the year, so yay. Next week, we will be at Memphis for Trucks and Busch. Winston Cup will be off the next 2 weeks because the following week we go to Milwaukee. And then all 3 series will head to Kentucky. The Trucks will be off after Kentucky because we will have Busch and Winston Cup racing coming to you from Daytona International Speedway. There's your most recent winner last time out at Michigan 2 weeks ago, Liliana Beta. That win put her up to 21st in the points, means her win would count for a spot in the playoffs. She needs a good run here tonight because looking at the points, she is only 12 points ahead of 25th in the standings. So she's going to need a good run here tonight if that win needs to count for a playoff berth. Jake Littletown, the 30th in the standings. Jake Littletown needs a good run. It's been a rough year for him, and there's been rumors that he might be replaced after this season if he doesn't get it together. So we'll have to see if he'll respond to that. That's S Hsu running the Powerade colors on her RCR Chevrolet. Sue and Beta are teammates at Richard Childress Racing. There's the Payday Chevrolet. And there's the co-points leader, Annika Ricci. So far, these drivers being a little bit more careful with one another. Sally Ford, by the way, just took the race lead. Sally Ford, 37th in the points. It's been a difficult season for her, and the caution is out. So unlike last night's Truck Series race where we had the caution with 2 to go, this one happens right as we're getting closer to the midway point of today's race. Let's see who is involved. I'm not seeing anybody with damage. Maybe Taylor Valley in the Airstream machine? I don't know. Oh my God. What was that? Lucy Myers has damage along with a 33. Jimmy Baker might be involved in whatever this incident. Morgan Le Fay's involved. Landon Chang's involved in whatever this incident was. And Jay Green. And Azar Amirmoez is involved, the co-points leader. Oh boy. Caution's out for the first time today. Let's go back and look at it and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the race. We're at the midway point of tonight's race. Well, the officials have thrown the red flag because there's a lot of debris on the front straightaway that needs to be cleaned up. Looks like Jimmy Baker just got into Jay Green and collected Tula Topola. Topola goes down, gets in the grass, clips the 20 of Noah Parker. Elizabeth Gardner rather got a piece of it. Someone got into the back of Lucy Myers. 33 got a piece of it there. Someone got into Lucy Myers in the 88, and that's what spun the Hillsborough Chevrolet. Let's see who it was. Was it Kevin Lambert? Yep, Kevin Lambert's got a little hood buckle on his NBA machine. There's Morgan Le Fay, Landon Chang. Oh, Bruno Wood. This is not good for Bruno Wood because he's one of those drivers that's trying to stay in the top 25. Bart Simpson gets a piece. There's where Chloe Carmichael ran the back of Azar Amirmoez. Of course, Amirmoez took it behind the wall. And there's Morgan Le Fay running in the back of the GMAC Chevrolet. So a couple of drivers who have wins that are trying to stay in the top 25, like Bruno Wood, Bart Simpson. This is not good news for either of them. And then I don't understand the stupidity right here. As I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the seat. See, all these drivers are trying to get back in line, and then I don't understand why Lucy Myers did that. And Blake Peppers got involved, so nowhere to go. So I don't understand what the hell that was all about. And, well, I can guarantee you there's going to be some drivers called to the big blue truck to explain their actions right there, because that was totally uncalled for. So not sure why Lucy Myers was mad at the 33, but we got some tempers flaring here tonight at Charlotte. The caution's out for the first time today. Let's take a commercial break, and on the other side of the break, the restart here at Charlotte. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing, but problems for April Winters as her car has some kind of problem. So it looks like April Winters is not going to have a good finish here tonight, as we're going to go back to green with 8 laps of racing to go. Sally Ford's the leader. Annika Ricci second. April Winters is going to come to pit road. That will turn third place over to Jake Littletown. Fourth, Danny Rant. Fifth will be Liliana Beta. Azar Amirmoez sixth. S Hsu seventh. Eighth will be Robbie Roblier. Brad Blackmon ninth. And that's the gal we've been waiting to hear. Leela Mackay with the 25s issue will now move up to the 10th position. Drivers out after that race, after that incident, rather. Makar Amirmoez, Morgan Le Fay, Bruno Wood. Ooh, I don't know where this is going to situate Bruno Wood, because let me look at the standings as we are back to green here at Bruno Wood was tied for 18th in the points. Is a 37th place finish going to knock him out of the top 25? Possibly. Landon Ching is out of the race. Jay Green and Lucy Myers, who's now been asked to see the officials in the hauler for running in the back of the 33 under the yellow. Apparently, there was some beef going on. Now you can add April Winters to the list as her engine let go on that 25 machine. So don't think the officials are going to be happy with Lucy Myers for that stupidity that she caused. And we'll have to see what kind of penalty she's going to receive, because that's, by the way, a smart motorsports driver in trouble. Of course, we've had that happen a lot in the Winston Cup Series recently in the first half of the regular season, as Liliana Bata going to go to the inside of Danny Ramp, bringing her teammate S Hsu with her. S Hsu would like to get a win to join her teammate possibly into the playoffs. Bata trying to go back-to-back if you count our last time out's race 2 weeks ago back at Michigan, because Bata won the most recent Busch race 2 weeks ago. But S Hsu would like to make it an RCR sweep, as I believe would be the second straight RCR driver to go to victory lane this season. Brad Blackmon, the 87, if he wins, we'll have to see where this is going to situate him in points. I think he's inside the top 20, if I'm correct. He is. He's 13th in the points, so if he wins today, he would be in the playoffs, providing he remains in the top 25 in points. Leila Mackay, I just mentioned about her. This is a well-needed run from her. She comes in this race 35th in the points. She came in this race a total of 37 points, back of 25th in the standings. We'll have to see where this is going to situate her heading into next week, as she's underneath Lucas Albon for the race lead as we hit 3 to go. Leila Mackay trying to become a 2-time winner this season. The other driver who's outside of the top 25 in points is Darby King. And where's the 46 running? She is running in 22nd, so I'm not sure where this is going to situate her heading into next week, as we have 2 laps of racing to go, as Mackay has led her first lap here tonight. Annika Ricci, the points leader, or should I say, about to be the points leader. A win for her would get her in the playoffs. Azar Amirmoez, this is a well-needed run from her, because she was getting closer and closer to falling outside the top 25 in points to have her 2 wins not count for a spot in the playoffs. As we're going to have lap traffic, as we're on the last lap, Jimmy Baker is going to get in the way, and this could really cause a factor who's going to win this race. Down the back straightaway for the final time, Annika Ricci trying to go to victory lane for James Finch's team, the yellow Dodge. Is she going to get around Jimmy Baker? Yes is the answer. Annika Ricci is going to win at Charlotte in the Bet MGM 300. And has Annika Ricci locked herself a spot into this season's Busch Series chase for the championship, and no doubt she'll take the points lead. That was really interesting. Standings are now official after the 12th race of the season. Azar Amirmoez is a well-needed run. This will get her away from 25th position in the points with second. Tico Jumiaka, a great run from him in third. Brad Blackmon, in fourth. Leila Mackay finished 5th. That's going to be interesting. Was 5th enough that get her back in the top 25? I'm not sure. We're going to have to wait and see. Lucas Albon got 6th, Danny Rant 7th, Drake Robertson, Riley Rublier, and Sally Ford complete the top 10. Darby King ended up 20th. We're going to see where this is going to situate her. Tula Topola, tough break for him, 21st in his debut. Taylor Valley, 28th. Tough break for her in her debut, but, they're just trying to build some resumes for next season. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, let's see here. The drivers I need to keep an eye on. Bart Simpson was a mere 3 points ahead of 25th in the standings. We're just going to have to see if a 17th place finish is going to keep him inside the top 25. Let's see. Looking on down, Bruno Woods out of the race. He was like, I think Bruno Wood could be out of the top 25. I don't know. Of course, April Winters retired out of the race due to an engine failure, and then Makar Amirmoez, Morgan Le Fay, Bruno Wood, Landon Chang, Jay Green, and Lucy Myers, who's been asked to see the officials in the hauler for running in the back of the 33, which, by the way, Emily Green was also asked to see the officials in the hauler for apparently giving the bird to Lucy Myers, and the officials not happy about that. So we're going to have to wait and see what this is going to do to the points, especially for Darby King, who finished 20th. Bart Simpson, is he still in the top 25 in points? And then for Leela Vakai, who finished 5th, was that enough to get her in the top 25? I don't think it would, but I think it will cut the deficit down for her heading into next week at Memphis. But I hope you guys enjoyed this evening's race here at Charlotte. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, become part of the PCSRA crew today. We show your full finish results. Your point standings are down in the description. Heading into next week at Memphis Motorsports Park, it will only be trucks and Busch next week. We got to finish up this race weekend for the Coke 600 Winston Cuppers. Getting ready to go racing here at Charlotte. And then Winston Cup will be off the next 2 weeks. We'll have trucks and Busch coming your way from Memphis and Milwaukee before all 3 series heads to the Kentucky Speedway. Until then, I've been Dean sending off good night from Charlotte as you've been watching yet another broadcast of PCSRA TV, where champions are made since 2010 and the best that are racing around the world since 2017. See you tomorrow night for the Coke 600.